Hi guys and girls, welcome back to Watch the Time. Thanks for tuning back in. Thanks for coming back to see me. I'm really pleased you've done so, and I'm exceptionally pleased about to bring you another Wise watch. It's very wise to buy one of their watches. Their watches are stunning. This is my second Wise watch. This is their Flyboy. It's a pilot style watch. There's a few different color variations to choose from. High beat Miyota movement. Dial looks stunning. Nice leather strap. And Wise, coupled with a company called Venezia Nico, and I'm saying that right. I'm going to come to terms with how you pronounce it. But I don't think there's two better micro brands at the moment than these two. These are two of my favorite micro brands. They're doing absolutely exceptional watches. Not cheap, but I think you get what you pay for. And as we go through the video, you're going to see why perhaps the watch costs what it does. I leave the price up in front of me. As I say, not inconsiderable, but you get what you pay for. They're based in Thailand. I believe pretty much most of the manufacturing takes place there. Some bits might come from China, but then again, where does it matter? Like when you get a good product, which this is, they use a 904L stainless steel, which is what Rolex use. They're using fantastic materials, nicely done. And if you haven't seen Wise yet, I'm glad I could bring it to your attention. Like I said, a few different color variations to choose from, a plethora of watches that they've got on there as well. So do check them out. But yeah, I'll leave a link in the description. Like I said, I would implore you to look through their website. They've got so many watches. But yeah, I'm going to stop talking because you want to see the watch, don't you? So sit back, relax, get yourself a nice beverage, a nice brew. This is about that time to get the camera turned around and get on with it. Hi guys, so this is the watch. I've already started opening the packaging. Quite vast, outer cardboard box. Comes in a sleeve as well, which I've already sort of taken out of. Comes with a QR code, some bits and pieces on the top. Put that to the side, and you've got like a wooden box inside that. Let me just open it all up. So you can have a little Gandhi's. There's the watch. Really, really beautiful piece. Wise is a brand that just, yeah, fantastic. Look at that. I'll give it a quick wipe again before we get into the review. But yeah, this is the Wise Flyboy. I wouldn't say I'm completely taken with the name Flyboy, but I mean, it is what it is. But inside, it's sort of a velvety material. Put that to the side. You got some stuff in there. You got some extra spring bars, tool to help you size it. Cleaning cloth. It comes with another bit of another card with QR code that you can scan. Also comes signed, which I'm sure you'd expect. I'll bring the price up in front of me, which is obviously going to be a factor in you purchasing the watch. But Wise are doing some outstanding pieces. Really a brand that I really love. I've really been fortunate enough to be able to work with them. That's all that stuff. Let me just put that inside. Put all this to the side because realistically, as much as the packaging is pretty decent, what you want to see is the watch itself, isn't it? And this is the watch. Give me one moment, guys. So here's the watch. So like I said, this is the Wise Flyboy. The model number for this is the FLB01. There's a few different color variations to choose from. I struggle to really get a picture, but I could sort of amalgamate them all together. But do check them out. Like I said, a few different colors to choose from. The one with the red accent, the red dial looks really, really cool. But this is the one that I wanted to get in. And push the crown in. So yeah, this is the FLB01. Inside this watch, it's run the Miyota 9039 movement. I'll bring some information up about that movement now. This movement's fantastic. This is the no date variant of the 9000 series movement. Yeah, really, really cool to see it in this watch. I love the Miyota 9000 series movements. They're probably my favorite movements. They're reliable. They run really well. They give a nice sweep. Super thin, so it helps you in terms of the proportions. And like I said, nice to see them using it in this watch. The 9015 is the dated version. This is the 9039. But yeah, this is what's going on here. The construction of the watch, aside from the crystal and the leather strap, is all 904L stainless steel. Excuse me, nearly fell into the habit of saying that. I know I've done it before with them. So it's a mixture of brushing and polishing. So you've got a nice faceted polished edge, nice brushing. You'll see it's coarse, but actually done really, really nicely, quite refined. You got a polished bezel, a couple little facets on there, brushed at the top, polished at the sides, brush case back. You got the pin crown, which is situated at the 3 o'clock position, screw down, and you got the pin buckle clasp, which is what I was about to say. Yeah, mixture of brushing and polishing. 904L stainless steel. So 904L, it will scratch up a little bit easier, but it's a bit more premium. and it does give you that sort of finish that just looks exceptional. So yeah, that's everything there. So like I said, bezel, case, crown, case back, and pin buckle clasp, all 904L stainless steel. The case thickness of this watch is 10.6 millimeters. The case diameter, I measured from the 8 to the 2. It was coming at 39.5 millimeters. When you go from the 9 to the 3, including the crown, obviously when it's screwed up, it was coming at 43.1 millimeters. The lug width on this is 20, and the lug to lug tip to tip of the watch is a true lug to lug. Obviously, it's a leather strap. It's 46.6 millimeters. So I think that's a really nice size, really cool proportions, and going to fit a plethora of wrist sizes due to that. So there we are. The crown, as I said, situated at 3 o'clock, screwed down, nicely signed. Screw down case back, and you got the pin buckle clasp, all 316L, 904L stainless steel. Excuse me, I'm gonna do that, guys. I do apologize. Force of habit. But yeah, the bezel's nice. Like I said, you got a bit of sort of brushing down to polishing, and the polished edge looks really, really nice. Also, the leather strap it comes on is super comfortable. Quick release, just to sort of help change it out. But I don't see why you would take it off this strap. I think it works really well. You got the sort of yellow sort of accents on the dial. The brown, I think, works really, really well with that. So I don't see why you would take it off. As I said, pin buckle clasp all signed, and the crystal covering the dial is a sapphire crystal. And actually, I know it's going to go a bit nuts with the lights that I use, but actually, I do like. I think it's got a reasonable amount of AR coating on there, guys. Yeah, not exceptional. Probably maybe 1 or 2 more layers, but actually not terrible. The water resistance, the site has been 100 meters, so that'll give you 10 atmospheres of water resistance, and the weight will appear in the top right. So 70 grams, bang on, and it does feel really light, super comfortable, nice and thin. So there we are. But let's have a look at the dial in a bit more detail. So there's a little bit going on here. You've got a few different parts of this dial. So the outer part is the minute track. Inside that, you've got another layer where you've got increments of 5, 10, 15, and so on. Inside that, you've got 1 to 12. Because it's a pilot style watch, you got the triangle at the 12 o'clock position. I do like the dial. Looks a bit mottled. I know I say that quite often, but I think that's the only way I can describe sometimes what that effect is. So yeah, but you got the yellow accents. I think, would you call it like a dark green type of dial? I think that's what I think it is. Like I say, lots and lots going on there. The hands are brushed. Nice little backdrop of the brushed hands. Good proportions on the hands in terms of where they reach out to, and it gives you a lovely sweep of the second hand, given, like I said previously, where or the movement they're using. Do you understand what I mean? What is quite cool is when the second hand passes the 12, it fits in there quite nicely. I don't know if that was done by design. I'm pretty sure it would have been, knowing how wise are, how studious they are, and how passionate they are about their watch. But I like the way it sort of covers and fits into the triangle at the 12. Not exact, but it fits in there quite nicely. That's a lovely little touch. You got wise Flyboy just below the 12 o'clock position. You got automatic just above the 6. And like I say, just a really stunning dial, very legible, easy to read, and like I say, just really nice materials used, really nice proportions, and a few different color variations to choose from as well. So I think in terms of a pilot's watch, this is making all the right noises, in my opinion. And now you're wondering, Si, what's the loom like? So I'm going to bring the loom up now. The loom, I don't know if my camera at the time, because of the sort of light it was trying to get in, was doing it justice, but this loom went on for days. It just goes and goes and goes, to be honest. It's one of those where, if any of you guys have had loomed watches that's decent, you could be outside, you come inside, and it's shining bright. This was one of those. So before I even did the sort of loom degradation video, I was pretty optimistic that the video was going to come out well in terms of the loom, and it's really surpassed my expectations, to be honest. Like I said, not an inexpensive watch, but the loom on this is fabulous. So well done, Wise. In terms of the movement, in terms of the hands, everything, normally what I'll do is I'll scroll around now, just to sort of see when the time changes over. I can't do that, obviously, because it's not a dated movement. Only one position when it's out of the case, pull it out, do a hack, put it back in, it will start back up again. And that is really it in terms of the movement. When it's unscrewed from the case, you can charge it, which is cool. And when it comes time to screw it back up again, nice and easy. Good size crown as well. Makes it nice to engage with. Let me just pop it on the wrist quickly, give you an idea of what it looks like on my wrist. One moment, guys. Okay, so this is what it looks like on my wrist. I think it's a really stunning piece. You can see the different sort of sectors of the dial. You can see the hands, see the finishing you're getting. I think it's a really beautiful watch. Really, really nice. Pilot's watch is not generally my favorite, but this has got to be one of the best pilot's watches I've ever had in. And you'll see it now when it passes see that, how it sort of covers it? I think that's a nice touch as well. What do you all make of it at this point, guys? Okay, so guys and girls, that'll now take me swiftly on to what I think is pants and Pukka about the watch. Yeah, if you've ever watched before, you not always start with pants. I like to go on a high with Pukka. So what I think is pants about the watch, guys, I'll be honest, with this one, I was really struggling. It's only now, really, as I've got it under the sort of studio conditions more. There's only a couple of things I'm going to say. First off, I'm going to say maybe, as much as I said about the AR coating, maybe a couple more bits would have been nice to stop it looking so reflective. It's the first time I really noticed it. In normal conditions, not too bad, but maybe a couple more layers would have been nice. And price, possibly. I think it can justify the price of it given the materials used and how well it's been put together. And again, I'll bring the price up in front of me. So, but not inexpensive. You do have to pay import. I had to pay import when this came into the UK, so do factor that in as well. So sort of 20%, I think it normally is, roughly. So do factor that in because that's obviously going to increase the price. So they're the two things I'm going to say. Lack of AR, we'll say for number one. Number two, price, possibly. I can see how they can justify it, but I thought I'd say that. What I think is Pukka, considerably more to be honest, because I think this is a very attractive watch. So the first thing I'm going to say is the sapphire crystal. I love having sapphire crystal. I know it'd be hard push to not have sapphire crystal on this watch, but I appreciate them having it anyway. The dial, I think the dial is one of the stars of the show of this watch, just in terms of the different sectors, the different sort of textures they give off as well. Very nice. The hands, like I said, good proportions on the hands. I like the way that, like I said, the triangle covers the triangle up there, which is nice. But the hands, nicely brushed, nicely finished, nice proportions. The loom, yeah, remiss of me, I could not mention the loom. The loom is fantastic. The movement, I'm never going to moan about having a 9000 series Miyota movement. Even in the Venezia Nico, when there was no running second hand, I still can accept it. I love that movement. The crown, like I said, nicely deep etched, but also the size is fabulous in terms of engaging with it. The size of the watch generally, 39mm, 10.5 mil thick roughly. That's really good, isn't it? The leather strap, like I said, super comfortable. Bit distressed looking, but yeah, I think that will last a long time. And the finishing, like I said, the finishing on this watch in terms of the transitions, everything else, it's just done to such a good standard. And Wise are not playing games, are they? Really good. So they're the things I'm going to say. Sapphire crystal, dial, hands, loom, movement, crown, size, leather strap, and the finishing of the watch. And that'll take me on to, would I recommend this watch? And I mean, when we get to this sort of point, and I've sort of highlighted very few pants in relation to Pukka, I think you know what's coming. So, of course I would. I would have to. I think there's a beautiful watch. It's a brand that I'm really excited about. I think they're going to go from strength to strength. Really fantastic watches they're making. So yeah, I'd have to. But guys and girls, please let me know what you think about this watch. More importantly, and maybe any other watches you may want to see on the channel. And as I always say, don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, and always watch the time. Take care, guys. All the very best.